Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Are your retinas burning? Is it bright enough in here for you? Oh man, we are starting this episode exiting out of the illuminated pumpkinified hidey hole. Episode 566, starting off today. Oh, what a crazy little construction this thing is. Hold on, we're gonna need some evidence for posterity here. Very interesting. But yeah, welcome back to Farlands and Bust. Like I said, did I say? Yeah, I said. Episode 566 on a Thursday. Fetch. Woof. On a Thursday, March 3rd, 2016, as we are continuing to walk to the far lands and continuing to raise money for Child's Play charity at farlandsandbust.com. $23,136.75 have been raised thus far this season. Season 6 of Farlands or Bust over at farlandsorbust.com is where you can find the specified donation link, widget, box, button, where you can donate to the cause. You help get toys, books, games to kids, to kids in hospitals around the world. You can learn specifically about Child's Play Charity at childsplaycharity.org. We've been supporting them since June 2011, and we've raised over $350,000. I think even more than that. $375,000 might be the latest tally. But let's just very restrained and very... what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. A very... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not like boisterous. The opposite of boisterous. In an opposite of boisterous tone, let's say $350,000. What is the word I'm looking for? Who cares? We're continuing on here, walking to the far lands. I do need some wood. I feel like, am I going through a lot of wood lately for some reason? My consumables have increased in their consumabilities. Let's get some of those before we continue west here. March 3rd, just 3 more days until the 5-year anniversary when we started this series back on March 6th, 2011. This was indeed... How many people can say that, though? This was, indeed, the first Let's Play video I uploaded to my channel was episode 001 of this series. And I continue it to this day. How many people can say that their first Let's Play series continues 5 years on, as they have somehow found a way to finagle it into a full-time career? Career is kind of a strong word. A job. It's still a hobby. A hobby that I am able to purchase food to put into my mouth and consume and put a roof over my head and pay rent. That kind of a hobby is the hobby that I desire. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's one of those weird things to think about. But yeah. But today's March 3rd, and we are continuing on as we do. Yeah, we've also been continuing on, I guess a little bit of an update, with the March Stream-a-Day. The March Stream-a-Weekday is what we're calling it, just to make sure people don't get confused. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, in March, I am live streaming over on Twitch. On Tuesday, we had a pretty typical Twitch Tuesday. But then today, I'm recording this on Wednesday evening, actually quite late in the evening for a Farlands or Bust episode, so stay tuned for some additional punchiness and weirdness. But yeah, we had I feel like a good second day of Stream-a-Weekday, a lot more typical of the Stream-a-Weekdays that I'm anticipating, a lot less stress. We just played one game, we just played Eidolon. We returned to that after a while. Perhaps it was comforting to return to Eidolon after we've been away for a while. It's a familiar game. There's no pressure of multiplayer stuff or competitive stuff or PvP stuff. Or it's just me and the apocalypse and some people in chat. Felt like it was a really good, just a stream A lot of times I feel like maybe I'm lacking in a stream. I'm like, oh, let's just do one more thing. Oh, let's just do one more thing. But this stream was like, this is what we're doing, and when I'm done, we're done, and it worked. For those of you who may have missed that, worry not. I know, well, it didn't get very many views, but the views it did get were very, very emphatic fans of the Eidolon series. I have chopped that up into 30 second. I've chopped that up into 640 30-second clips. No, into 30-minute clips, 4 30-minute clips that I'll be uploading kind of as standard Eidolon episodes from the stream. And it's no spoilers, but there's a lot to that game. So we'll probably be returning to that next Wednesday. And then, of course, today, Thursday, we're going to be continuing on with day 3 of Stream a Day over on twitch.tv/KurtJMac. So stay tuned for that if you're able to check that out. That'd be awesome. If not, nuts to you. No, then that's all right. We've still got the YouTube videos going up. Speaking of YouTube, they're angry at me, apparently, for celebrating my 5 years of making video game commentaries by streaming on Twitch. Apparently, you guys can't comment. I can't comment. Nobody can comment, except for a select few saviors, some prophets, if you will, can comment on my videos at all, ever. It started with Tuesday's episode of Far Lands or Bust. One person was able to comment, and then others are only able to comment as replies to that comment. Wednesday's Tomb Raider episode, no comments. Except for a completely different person was able to comment, and then people can reply to those comments. And I'm assuming this episode will have the inability to comment. There's starting to be rumblings in the jumblings, that YouTube has finally, didn't I mention this like a month ago? I'm like, wasn't YouTube supposed to be removing Google Plus from YouTube? Even though we first heard about it last July, that was the plan. All signs point to maybe that is going underway, and because I was one of those pesky old holdouts, I never, with the youtube.com/KurtJMac channel, I never integrated a Google Plus or created a Google Plus account. First of all, there were a lot of problems when that first launched, and people ended up like accidentally changing their channel names or releasing their private emails or Google accounts or whatever, and in other cases, comments got disabled or removed. Yeah, I don't know. I just decided to opt out of it. Every time YouTube asked, I'm like, nope, no thanks. Close that window. I'm not even going to say yes or no. I'm going to say close. So yeah, we think, the theory is abound that perhaps this is the comeuppance. This is the stick through the spokes that is flipping us over. They didn't expect me, now did they? So we'll have to deal with that. I am already in contact with Google support due to an unrelated but now possibly related issue that I hadn't for last month or so been able to moderate any of my comments. That is to say, a lot of comments you guys give end up going into the pending just because they might think they're spam or something. I can't approve or block or delete any of those. I can't delete any comments on my channels at all. And I think the next step of that phase is that nobody can comment on my videos at all. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. It's gonna be fun. Oh man, I'm not so angry about it. In fact, it's a great weight off my shoulders not having to deal with YouTube comments. I can say anything I want right now. You guys can't say anything back. That is, unless one of the chosen ones first comments, and then you just reply to them. But anyway, we'll see what goes on with that. Oh man, good times are gonna be had. Good times indeed. Yeah. So that's what's up with that. Unfortunately, some other problems, not dealing with myself personally, but the Falcon 9 launch, that SpaceX Falcon 9 launch that we were anticipating to launch on Tuesday, I was like, oh, we can maybe watch it live on Twitch Tuesday. It itself was scrubbed again much earlier this time because they looked at the current weather forecasts and the launch time forecast and winds. Upper level, mid-level, all the winds were in violations of their parameters for both launch and then presumably for the attempted landing of that first stage as well. So they just decided not even to bother getting deep into the countdown and scrubbed it. And it's looking like now it is no earlier than this Friday. Friday, probably about the same time. It's been looking about 6:25. It usually jumps forward about 5 minutes a day. So let's say 6:15, 6:12 p.m. Eastern Time. I am really looking forward to what's happening over here. Ooh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, let's maybe not find out what's going down there. I want to find out what's going on over here. Woo! I am interested. All right, let's make an elevated hidey hole up here. Let's hope that on Friday, the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket has favorable weather, favorable fuel, chilled scenarios, and no wayward civilian boats entering the no boat zone, no float zone. I don't know what that's called. And hopefully we can have a stellar launch and stick the landing on the barge. Woof! Hopefully I stick the landing off of this elevated hidey hole. I guess we'll find out in the morning. Ooh, check out that transition. And awakeness. And awakeness indeedness. Let's, ooh, we actually do have a bunch of wool already. I thought I was running low on wool. Ah, neat. Neat. Spires and overhangs. Excuse me, Mr. Sheep. I realize I just sheared you, but, I must be on my way. Got a quick little, little tidbit of gaming news. Shock, gasp. What? What is this segment? Not Minecraft news, not space news, but gaming news. We all know spin tires, don't we? We're all friendly and cozy with spin tires, yes? Some problems happening with spin tires. Problems that turned out to be non-problems, but are still problems. Here's the rundown. We all know spin tires. I've been very, what's the word I'm looking for? Critical of spin tires. Mostly because I backed the game on Kickstarter when it was being kickstarted after that very stellar showing. I don't know why I'm grabbing more wood here. Why am I compulsively grabbing more wood? I'm a hoarder. I'm a wood hoarder. You know what? While I'm here, I guess, and got all this wood, let's make a bunch of boats. Because I know we'll need them. So yeah, I've been critical of it, mostly because I believed in it so much. And it let me down so much. But here's the long and the short of it. It's made by one person, one guy out of Russia. One guy, a single individual. He's signed with a publishing studio called Ovi. Which was, as we're seeing in hindsight, a poor decision. Apparently, as has happened a few times in the past year, he's taken to public forum saying how Ovi hasn't been communicative with him at all, still owes him money per their contract, yada yada yada, etc., etc. Not to, like, put a damper on any of his claims or anything like that. I'm just trying to expedite the news here. Recently, there have been problems with the game. The game has suffered some very serious bugs. I wouldn't know. I've stopped playing it. But it's suffered some very serious bugs. And the internet sleuths that they be put two and two together and thought, oh, the developer's mad that he hasn't been paid. This must be some sort of time bomb he's coded in to the game, holding it hostage for what he's owed. And that story took off like gangbusters. There's no comment from either side. Steam actually took it off. It's actually still down here on Wednesday night. It's still off of Steam. I don't know if I could, like, play it if I already own it, or if it's just, like, completely disappeared. But last I checked, it's still not available on Steam due to these allegations of sabotage. Turns out, we've heard from the developer, it wasn't sabotage. It was, like, I guess a known bug that the developer actually gave a fix for a couple of days ago, and Ovi, the publisher who has access to Steam, simply hasn't published it. There's still a lot of murky gray waters, but still no comment from Ovi. But yeah, it's just a really, just overall, a sad thing that became of that technology. Obviously, this is kind of a lesson to developers, and perhaps the developer of Spintires here didn't have all the resources at his disposal, being from Russia. Not really perhaps having all the information at his disposal as to how he could have self-published, or think of how different Minecraft would have ended up if Notch took one of the first offers to buy it or to publish it. I think he's probably said in the past he got offers from EA and Activision and stuff. Ooh, spooky noises. Activision, EA, ooh, spooky. Imagine flip-flopping that and putting Notch into this Spintires developer's shoes, and it seems like he went with like the first offer he got, like, oh, you can get me on Steam, and oh, blah blah blah. So this OV Game Studios just took over the whole kit and caboodle. And apparently, I haven't looked into this myself, but hearsay says that this individual company itself is just a publisher. They don't make games. They just publish games. They might have a reputation for similar shenanigans and what they would probably say is just business, but maybe taking a hefty percentage of a developer's money, perhaps not being at all adept in community management, communications, and whatnot. So that's just really sad, because I still stand behind the fact that I plunked down a big chunk of change and said, yes, I'm looking forward to this on Kickstarter. I got my little t-shirt that I wore to the panel, PAX Prime panel. And it just because of this, and sure, perhaps the developer, this is his first big thing, and he's a little bit, like I said, doesn't have all the information, isn't really keen on the business aspect of things. I really feel like maybe he should have found a way to self-publish. He was really good at developing this technology, the programming and the physics. Excuse me, Wolfie. Certainly has a passion for this style of game and off-roading or whatever. Maybe he should have brought on other people to maybe flesh out an actual game part of the game, and then also somebody, like Notch did. Notch started hiring people to actually handle the business side of things, and perhaps things could have ended up differently. He was even talking about, this developer was talking about, all right, Wolfie's just in the mood to get in the way of my boats. He's like, well, since you got all this wood, might as well bust it up. He was earlier talking about, like a Spintires 2, where he would want to work on integrating and creating some sort of damage model, a lot like BeamNG Drive. He was really a fan of BeamNG Drive, and snow and blah blah blah, and weather and whatever. And it's a dang shame. And yes, I've been quite critical of it, but only because I believed in it quite so much, and simply looking at it as a game standpoint is where it fell flat. And of course, it doesn't help, like I said, that the publisher is completely mute on the entire everything about, you wouldn't even know that they're a publisher, other than the fact that they put the game up on Steam, I guess, is what the service that they sold. It's a shame. It's a shame. But yeah, I just everybody's been tweeting me these stories and stuff about Spintires, and what is going on here? Hold on a minute. Oh, this is what's going on here. All right, it was a lava lake with sand on top. The sand collapsed, the water flowed in, created obsidian. Naturalized obsidian, everybody. A wonder of nature. Let's carry on. Let's forget all about that. Oh, man. But yeah, just wanted to kind of say, yes, I saw all the stories. I'm kind of following the story. I kind of have a side, but it's a little bit too late to have a side in this. I think, unfortunately, for both sides of things, the next time I see the name Ovi attached to a game, I'm going to be super critical and skeptical. And unless this, the next time I see this developer's name, whoa, that's some cheaty snow, on a project, I'll be interested. I'll take a look, but I'll be also skeptical and perhaps a little hesitant to back any Kickstarters or whatever. But anyway, onwards and upwards to more interesting things as the sun starts to set here on the second day of Far Lance or Bust. Oh, I guess this is kind of along the Spin Tires theme. I got a question from, look at this glacier we're walking on. Wow, okay. I'm actually moderately concerned about Wolfie's ability to spawn if I were to just walk right... Wow, this goes on for as long as the... Look at the entire field of... Oh, well, I guess except that point right there. Hold on, we gotta get the entire field of view filled with ice. Well, now that's a heck of a thumbnail if I ever saw it. Whoa, how weird is that? That's actually a little bit spooky, to be honest. We're traveling into the slippery unknown. If this was Minecraft 1.9, we could ride a boat on this at warp speed. Oh man, I still want to try that out. It's all this stuff they added to Minecraft 1.9, and the bug is the one that I want to try out. The glitch. The thing that they're probably going to fix. Yeah, we got a question here that's right along the lines. If you were to make some trips cross-country driving trips, what vehicle would you choose and why? Well, in that scenario, comfort would probably be ideal. To be honest with you, my Subaru XV Crosstrek, pew pew, it's got lasers, would probably not be my first choice. It's a fine vehicle indeed, but it's a little bit smaller. It's maybe not as confident on the road. You know, the long, straight highway type of roads for long durations of time. I've driven it for long durations of time, but, you know, and the seats are maybe a little more utilitarian than they are comfort. On the flip side, you know, if I was going to stay brand loyal, the Outback, the Subaru Outback, I test drove that when I was trying to decide what I wanted. And I found, with its longer wheelbase and whatever, it was certainly more confident to drive, but it was also the seats were extreme. Oh, that's a griever. All right. Okay. I guess we're not making our elevated hidey hole there. You win this time, creeper. You stay where you spawned, my friend. This is I hope nothing spawns over here. So yeah, perhaps the Outback seems like it would be a good choice. Sponsor? No, if they want to, they can. No, not a Subaru sponsor. Not sponsored by nobody. I'm not for sale. I'm for sale. I'll do anything. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that'd be a good choice. Also, what with the all-wheel drive capabilities, it would probably suffice in certain situations that you might find yourself in if traveling unknown regions cross-country. And yeah, like I said, it is actually quite comfortable to sit in. And it's also of reasonable size, but not too big that it's not maneuverable or that you couldn't, say, find your way around a city. I sound like I'm selling the car here. Let's hand it over to JD Power and Associates. No. Oh, man. Watch too many commercials. Let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. Gets good gas mileage. I suppose if you're looking for fun, I haven't sat in a WRX, but I would consider maybe a WRX if you're looking for, like, ooh, performance and fun. But that's got a harder ride, I feel. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm like thinking fiscally, like I'll have to buy this car before I go across this cross-country trip because I don't know. I'm sure a BMW or some sort of Audi or Mercedes would be even more comfortable inside than say a Subaru or something. But yeah. Probably, yeah. That I'm very reasonable and realistic here in my little these little fantastical questions you guys asked me. Wolfie, did you make it out of that hole? Yeah, you did. All right. So yeah, thanks for that question and donation to Child's Play charity, of course. Blaine asks a couple questions. How are you liking Tomb Raider? Speaking of series I've been critical of. How are you liking Tomb Raider? You seem to be enjoying it more than the first game, but I know you also mentioned that you're trying to reduce the snark this time around. This is true. This is very true. I think I'm quote-unquote enjoying... I'm enjoying doing commentary on it more because I know what to expect. The first reboot game I wanted to expect... Since all the rave reviews about it, I wanted to expect, like, oh, this is the revival of the series, and I was, like, being real super nostalgic about it. And I was sorely disappointed. Wolfie? Did I? Uh-oh. Wolfie? Oh, dear goodness. Did I sit you down? No, there you are. Jeez. Ha! I have a nightmare about the endless ice sheet ocean, and then you don't spawn right away. What's the matter you? What's the matter you? Ah, what's the matter you? That guy? What the heck? He's out to get me. Yeah, he agreed with that. So yeah, I feel like this time I went in with the right mindset of I'm already going to be disappointed, so let's have some fun. So yes, I'm having fun with the commentary. Would you rather have a magic cauldron that you can instantly... What can you instantly do? You can instantly make whatever food you want for free, or a magic ring that can teleport you anywhere instantly. Well, I'm pretty quickly going to go with the ring, so I can pawn it off. No, simply because I'm not, I've mentioned this before, I'm not like a huge foodie. I pretty much eat the same thing every day, so... And food isn't, it's an expense. I always make the joke like, oh, I need, this is the hobby that I need to sustain my food and living and life. But food is probably one of the lesser of the expenses in my life. I don't have particularly expensive tastes except for the high price of gluten-free items. So I'll go with the ring, because I tend to get annoyed more with the aspect of air travel and long-duration travel. And to be able to instantly ring myself to any location would be quite the convenience indeed, wouldn't it? I could just ring myself over to my favorite restaurant and back, you know, woo, whoop-de-doo. I think the price of flights would be a much more welcome open spot in my budget than, say, the price of groceries. Again, I'm getting so super realistic and just really entertaining with these hypotheticals you guys always post to me. Ooh, Spoiter. Are you from a spawner, Spoiter? Hello. You're a friendly Spoiter. Well, no, that wouldn't be. Yeah, I wasn't over here long enough for it to activate a spawner. I have deduced that you're simply a natural spider spawn. Enjoy your time here, my friend. Enjoy your time indeed. We're bouncing a little bit out of sync and it's worrying me. Okay, Wolfie's like, carry on. This is the only game you play with me when I jump around. Let's see here. Bump! Oh, watch your step. Oh, still watch your step. Ooh, I hear zombies. Alright, probably just natural zombies. Forget them. Don't talk to them. They don't know about you. Let's see here. Another car-related question. We can game if we want to. If you could try any kind of high-level racing in real life, what would it be? But there's a catch. Hypotheticals, everybody. He's got a gotcha. There's a catch. You have to use the race car as the only car you drive in your day-to-day life as well. Well, I think that's going to rule out all, quote-unquote, high-level racing, since all, quote-unquote, high-level racing uses dedicated, quote-unquote, race cars that aren't, quote-unquote, street legal. So, yeah, I can't be like, ooh, rallycross. No, those cars can't drive on the streets. Pretty much anything with a roll cage theoretically can't drive on the streets. So, yeah, that's kind of a catch-22 with that question you got there, I'm afraid. Yeah. I mean, you don't probably consider, like, the The stuff. What does Cone Dodger do? Something cross. Autocross is probably not what you consider high-level racing. So yeah, you can't. That right there is a zero-sum question, my dear friend. Cannot be answered. 'Tis a trick question. But if I were to try any high-level racing in real life, it'd probably have to be something that is simply about brute force, the finesse, the skill sorts of things, perhaps a little bit beyond my realm as an individual. So just something about brute force, maybe those super stadium trucks, that sort of stuff. Like even Rally seems there's some brute force in Rally, but there is some finesse as well. Rally Cross, on the other hand, I'm just basing this off of how I prefer either or in Dirt Rally. That seems kind of brute forcey. That seems kind of just, you know, gun for top position sort of situation. I suppose the ideal brute force auto racing would be drag racing. It's one and you're done. Okay, let's take apart the engine and rebuild it from scratch. Brute force. Bing. God, all these. What's with all these car questions? Where did this all come from? Oh, I know where it's coming from. All these folks are people who participate in the Conelanders League. Cone has instituted a rule that if you DNF or restart your run, that you have to donate to Child's Play charity. So that's where all these are coming from. I understand now. Let's see. Powers2440 asks... Hold on. I'm making some boats. Ton of boats. Bunch of boats. Powers2440, what do you think of performance car companies making SUVs and crossovers? And he makes reference to Aston Martin has got a concept, and Lamborghini has their SUV. I don't know, because I don't really follow those performance car companies, quote-unquote, the supercar makers, the Bugattis, the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and the other Inis and Audis. Lou Malnati's Pizza? Anybody? No? So since I don't really, I'm not a huge subscriber of, I mean, I had a picture of a Ferrari poster on my wall as a kid that I got from whatever, the book fair at school. But I in my adult life, could really, I mean, they're fun and they're like, oh, cool, but I really could care less about the whole system as a whole. I mean, in general, there's even just a lot of big thing at all the car, it's car show season, so the big thing at all the LA and the Tokyo car shows have been all these crossover concepts that are all pretty much what I ended up with, the Subaru Crosstrek. But, you know, you get your Nissan Juke and Jive, or whatever it's called, and the Fiat has their own one that's based off the Jeep Renegade platform, and blada blada blada. I mean, they're just going what is selling. That's just marketing right there. I mean, maybe they're telling us that it's what's selling, and then that's why it's selling. A little reverse switcheroo psychology right there. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't complain because I have one, I guess. So, I mean, I can't complain and I can't criticize. I mean, it's just, I suppose I would prefer, I guess, if those dominated and and instead they replaced and they stopped selling those giant gas guzzly. I know they got rid of Hummers, but now there's a bunch of these, like that Infinity one with the really gross and ugly bloated grill. I don't even know what it's called. I kind of choke a little bit every time I see one on the road. Just like the really huge, gigantic, beasts of SUVs that exist that I don't see much. I mean, even if you have like 4 kids, it's like, really? Are they large children? Why do you need 7,200 pounds of towing capacity, or whatever that thing has, you know. So yeah, I kind of wish that the spectrum would fall to the direction of the crossovers, the smaller utility vehicles than the big, giant, crazy soccer mom mobiles, I guess is kind of a stereotypical way to categorize them. Hooray, stereotypes. Yeah, let's make our end of the episode hidey hole, and then we'll take a look at what this awesome peak is that we have here. Oh, skeletons. I hope they're not actually... Oh, they are. Of course they are. Hey, guys. What's that? Am I intruding? Spooky noises. Oh, yeah, I am intruding. You know what? Let's light this up. Let's then cover it up. That's not going to work. Oh, hi. So, this should be safe, right? I've done this before, and I've woken up next to a skeleton, so it might not be safe, but we'll try it out. We'll give it a shot. Kind of a easy to make, pre-built, prefabbed hidey hole here. We'll have to make sure we're properly illuminated. I put torches down there outside, because that's the way this game works. If there's a chance a mob can spawn in the darkness within a certain radius of your bed, I think it's 3 blocks, then it will wake you up. So we'll place the bed right there, and I think we should be safe. Actually, let's move it up one. And yeah, where is my workbench? Let's place that down. So yeah, thanks for all these questions. FarlandsOrBust.com is where you want to keep donating and then asking these questions. With your donation, there's a comment box. You can ask a question, and I will get to it in a future episode of Far Lands or Bust. This Friday, stream a weekday, is Far Lands or Bust Friday, where I fully intend, fingers crossed, to record Saturday's episode of Far Lands or Bust, and also we'll think of some little incentive to spur on donations during the stream. Excuse me. I'm drying out here. I'm not used to, like I said, recording this late in the evening. There's less moisture in the air. I'm suffocating. So yeah, that's going to be happening Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm thinking Racing Games Thursday, Throttle Thursday, whatever you want to call it. And then Friday, Flob Friday, and then we'll probably also spend time on the Patreon server and whatever else we can come up with. But I think we're properly, speaking of illuminated hidey holes from the last episode, this one's, I think, properly illuminated. So yeah, let me thank everybody for watching, everybody for donating, Child's Play Charity, FarlandsOrBust.com. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. What's the matter you? What's the matter you? Ah, what's the matter you?